hard time staying back.
Ready to go now. Here's Mookie Betts.
Afternoon for the Dodgers, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Let's go, Brewers!
Swing and a miss as he was late.
No ball, one strike.
Laced into left. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. In for a strike, 0-1. Edman, a former Gold Glove winner, batting second in today's lineup, and they went out and made a trade for him last season.
Let's turn two.
And that one is downstairs. Ball one.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit out into left center field. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. No outs. Runners at first and third. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. Right through there for a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Punch him out.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here.
Punch him out.
Now Freeman drives one deep to right. Chorio going back, and it's off the wall. One runs in, runner around third on his way to the plate, in to score from first, and they take a 2-run lead.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with a pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And up next for Los Angeles, Teoscar Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
0-1. Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
Man at second. Pitch misses, and the count even 1-1.
Come on, Brew Crew.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Sit him down.
Got him. And one gone. And up to the plate is Will Smith. There's a swing and a drive. out of here. A home run off the foul pole. And they add a couple more. It's 4-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Here comes Max Muncy. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Righty delivers. And now it's even up.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward. A 1-2 count, all he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 1 out, base is empty. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Just off the outside edge.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
Muncy hits one in the air. Mitchell sizing this one up. He's got it. There's 2 away. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup.
Batting 7th, the right fielder, number 44, Andy Pajes.
2 outs, base is empty. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball is outside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That misses, and that's ball 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
2 outs, base is empty.
Let's go, Brewers!
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Upstairs.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Brewers nothing. Back here with my pal Singy. Starting on the mound in this one, Shohei Ohtani. How about a report on him, Chris?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Come on, Jackson!
Next offering is fouled back. Struck him out swinging. Went back to the cutter, and it was worthwhile.
Batting 2nd.
Here comes Christian Yelich. Pops it up as he checks his swing. That's out number 2. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
Fastball for a strike. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever, if they do at all.
Swings and misses. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Brewers go down quietly. They're down 4-0. All set for the start of the inning. And here is Michael Conforto.
Conforto.
You can do it. All right, let's win, Brewers. Come on, Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, Brewers.
Peralta back to work. Just missed. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff at the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Just missed. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Chourio makes the grab, one away.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 6.
And stepping in is the speedy Haesung Kim.
Come on, Brewers.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And misses inside. Off the mark there. And that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one finds the zone. And that's strike 1. Yeah, that's fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Go back to LA.
Betts batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Very high with that one. And a count 1-2. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. Got him looking, that's a strikeout. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're in front 4-0. Bottom of the inning, and now the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
Garrett Mitchell.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. And another ball. Face knock center field. And a good start to the inning. Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. In for a strike. 0-1.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Come on, Sal.
High.
Squirts away a little bit.
0-2.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Rhys Hoskins to the plate.
Let's go, base hit here.
Hoskins pushes it foul.
Come on, Milwaukee.
Swing and a ball drilled center field. Edman in position. And there are two down.
Come on now.
Batting seventh, the third baseman, Oliver Dunn.
So man aboard. Here's a speed threat. Oliver Dunn. First pitch misses.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Mitchell off of first with 2 away.
Here we go, Brewers.
And it is 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed.
Up.
Across the letters at 99.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
That's a good
That's
at
a
bat
ball.
right
Take
there.
the
He
base.
was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
Joseph Ortiz, the batter now as he
0-1.
swings and misses for strike 1.
Let's go, Milwaukee.
That one almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Brewers strand a couple. They trail it here 4-0. Back here in Milwaukee, and here comes Tommy Edman.
Number 25, Tommy Edman.
First offering, and it just misses.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
To first, and they get Edman for the out.
Baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here is Freddie Freeman. Doubled his first time up.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
That one fouled off.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
The 0-1. In the air, left field, Freeland sizes this one up, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder, Teoscar.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And ball 1. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game.
2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. Goes down looking. Dodgers go down quietly. They lead 4-0. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. This is Bryce Terang.
Second baseman, Bryce Terang.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Edman makes the grab, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder,
Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers.
Come on, Jackson.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Let's do this, Brewers.
And that one clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So
1-1.
much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
That one missed.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Let's go, Brewers.
Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting, the designated.
And now it'll be Christian Yelich. He's 0 for 1.
Yelich.
Get hype, Milwaukee.
It's through for a hit. And that extends the inning.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now it's William Contreras. Runner on the move, pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one 1 run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Ground ball to the right side. In plenty of time to first, and that is that. Brewers strand 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. On to the 4th. Here's the catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
There's a strike.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Ball 1 there. This one smoked out to left. Freeland snags it, and there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Muncy in the box now. No balls and a strike. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. And there's a ball. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1-2.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Come on, Brewers.
That's down and in. And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Some early action out there in the bullpen. Nick Mears preparing to come on if needed. Hudson getting cranked up as well. That one outside. And now it's even 1-1. And that's too high.
2-1.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Dodgers down in order, but they lead it 4-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. At the plate, Garrett Mitchell.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish. Well, these Brewers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 3.
3 balls, no strike. Let's go, Milwaukee. Yeah.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction. He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Freeland, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Next offering upstairs. And there's the automatic. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. The throw in, and now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. That one catches the zone. 0-1. Mitchell on third. Freeling on at first with nobody out.
Hey, now let's go.
1-2.
This one in the dirt. Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Dunn stands in now and watches strike one. Runners at the corners, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next one misses, and the count is 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Go, Brewers.
Fought off foul.
Come on, Brewers.
The 1-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that's a fair ball. The run scores from third. It's 4-1. He's in there.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Joseph Ortiz struck out swinging his first time. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, no strike.
All right, Brewers.
On the inside corner for a strike. Swings through that.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Make it happen, Brewers.
Got him swinging.
The batter, number 2.
Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers. He's 0 for 1.
Let's go, Brewers.
Called strike right there.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
That's outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Line drive, base hit, and a run in to score.
Well done, drives in the run. Takes an inside pitch and just fillets it over there to left field. And that's all he had to do is get something to the outfield grass to push that run across.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Swings through that one for strike 1.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. And that will end the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Brewers 2. And we're back.
Leading off
And
for
now the
Dodgers,
DH,
the
Michael
designated
Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
Peralta back to work. Foul ball there.
Let's go.
And now the 0-1.
Brewers.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You got this, Brewers.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Into the bullpen and gone. He'll circle the bases. It's 5-2.
So frustrating for any pitcher. Finished outside the zone, and he still managed to get punished with a home run. So impressive how he was able to go down and get this fastball, but yet get it up in the air, hit it far enough to get out of this ballpark.
And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. That does it for Freddie Peralta. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Nick
Brewers,
Mears on to pitch here.
number 25.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now it's the second baseman, Hesung Kim. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
That's in there. Strike 1.
You know, these Dodgers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Mitchell makes the grab, 1 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
And now it's Mookie Betts. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
Let's go, Brewers.
Come on, Blue Crew.
He swings and fouls one off.
Let's go, Brewers. Come on.
1 down, base is empty. And that is out of play.
Let's go.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boog. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
1 out, runner at second. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Tommy Edman. Ground ball right side, and they get Edman for the out.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
And here's Freddie Freeman.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Just missed. Betts at third with 2 away. Fastball for a strike.
Let's go, Brewers.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1-2.
Strike him out.
That one missed.
Sit him down.
And that one almost hit him. Two outs and a runner at third. And we're at the top of the fifth.
Oh, sit him down.
In the air, right field. Chourio under it. Squeezes it. And that is that. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's 5-2. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's Christian Yelich.
Christian Yelich.
That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Well, these Brewers need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Couple of hits in a row for him here. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
William Contreras, the next to hit.
Base hit now.
1-0.
In the dirt. Tag, safe at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
Can't imagine he's too happy with that one on the mound. Just one pitch after giving up the single, he basically turns it into a double. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position.
Inside, almost got him. And that one fouled off.
Come on, Milwaukee.
Man at second. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
2-2.
Next pitch way upstairs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Didn't miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Number 5, Garrett.
First and second, no outs. Next for the Brewers, Garrett Mitchell.
Oh, yeah, Brewers.
And that misses. Ball 1. He was looking to come up with the shutdown inning and off to a shaky start. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a high fly ball left field.
You're kidding me.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away.
Now batting the left fielder, Sal Frelick.
Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. 1 for 2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one misses, and it's 1-0.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn two, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing.
Fastball for a strike. And the count even at 1. Moving in the bullpen, Alex Vesia up and loosening in the pen. Grove getting loose as well.
Let's go, Milwaukee.
Runners at first and second with one gone.
Come on.
Next offering upstairs.
Ball 3.
In the dirt. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Hit in the air, left field. Snags it for the second out.
Up next for the Brewers, the first baseman, Reese Hoskins.
And it's Reese Hoskins up to the dish. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. In the dirt, but kept close. First and second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that is cut on and missed. And that is strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Brewers strand a couple. They trail at 5-2. Back here at American Family Field, top 6. Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Let's go, Brewers.
Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
That's off the inside corner. 1-1. And that's outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
All right, Milwaukee.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Done. Sends it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith to the plate. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
Let's go, Brewers.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
That's out to center field. Mitchell gets under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, Max.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Let's go, Brewers.
And now 2-0. Two outs.
Come on, Brew Crew.
There's the strike.
You got this.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Let's go. Swing.
That's
Ball.
inside.
Full count.
Let's show 'em.
2 down, nobody on. And that one misses outside. It's ball 4.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Now here is Andy Pajes, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That's in there. That's strike 1. And downstairs.
Let's go, Milwaukee. Yeah.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Slides, but it gets by him. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Nick Mears is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Ryan Hudson.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Michael Conforto will climb in. He's already homered here in this one. And the first offering is not close.
Come on, Brewers. Let's go.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Come on, Brewers.
2 on, 2 outs. Fouled off. He was late. Two now.
That's a strike. Full count.
Hesung Kim waiting to bat for the Dodgers.
Punch him out.
And that'll load the bases.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
So bases all loaded up. Here's the second baseman, Hesung Kim. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And that's downstairs. Ball 1.
1 ball.
The
1
Dodgers
strike.
threatening. Next pitch misses way outside.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Gets under it and pops it up. Done. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. Great work out of the Brewer bullpen right there. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Brewers 2.
Now pitching.
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Alex Vesia.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Done. Up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss.
Ball outside.
There's a strike. That pitch clips the outside corner. 2-2 now.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Struck him out looking. So up next, Joseph Ortiz.
Shortstop, Joseph Ortiz.
Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
1 ball. No strikes.
Nice grab.
Get there.
Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
2 outs, base is empty. Next for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. The Brewers trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Let's go, Brewers!
And ball 1.
All right, Brewers!
Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Pajes makes the catch, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the 7th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Hudson, a tall lefty, 27 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2015. Foul ball.
Come on, Brew Crew.
And
Ball
Mookie
1.
takes.
1-1.
Now a check swing at the 1-1. Look down to first, and Ed Drummond right on it. Says he held up.
Let's go, Brewers. Right.
Turns and fires the Betts.
Ball.
Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
Full count.
That one
Ball
misses,
four. Take your
so a leadoff walk.
Oh, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get rewarded on the call with pitches near the top of the strike zone.
Tommy Edman at the plate, 1 for 3.
Oh, now let's turn two.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Betts aboard here at first with nobody out. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
0-2.
Sit him down.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Man at first, one away. Swing, and Freeman blasts one to right. Going back on this one. Out of here. He made him pay for that one. It's 7-2. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
So 1 out, nobody on. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Just missed. Outside
that's
low,
ball.
and the count is 2-0. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Ripped to right. And no one can get there.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Ball 1 there.
1 ball. No strike.
And the 1-0. Just missed.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
2 runs across in the inning here in the top half of inning number 7. There's a strike.
2 balls. 1 strike. Hard. 2-2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Let's go, Brewers.
And they'll do it again. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Lifted in the air, out to left. Freeland makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
Here's Muncy to hit. That's a base hit. And now two aboard.
The right fielder.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Brian Hudson gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Aaron
Brewers,
Ashby gets the ball now,
number
and he has
26,
some nasty breaking stuff.
Aaron Ashby.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Missed with a changeup. 1-0.
1-0.
Come on, Blue Crew.
And another ball.
Let's go, Brewers! Come on!
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Hard hit, left field, base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Back-to-back base hits, solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
The batter will be Michael Conforto. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that'll do it. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Brewers 2. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it. Boo, growing up, who was your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic, still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I loved Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. The next pitch misses, and the count even 1-1. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time, and that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all, and everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
The 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Now it's Christian Yelich.
Let's go, Brewers!
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That was your worst start one year. Didn't you start like 3 for 33 or something?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awful. Not awesome. It was awesome.
Not so awesome.
It was awesome for pitchers facing me, but it was awful for me. It sounded like some type of deal at a fast food restaurant, like 3 for 33 or something.
Ball 2.
That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a ground ball, and that one finds its way through.
Nice rip!
Up next for the Brewers, the catcher, William.
So a man at first, and now the catcher comes up to hit. William Contreras. Swing and a miss, strike one.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
You can do it. All right, let's win, Brewer.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the
No
plate.
balls. 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Now batting.
Garrett
center
Mitchell
fielder,
up now for the Brewers.
Mitchell.
Come on, Milwaukee.
Fastball for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Milwaukee leaves 1, and it's still 8-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the second baseman, Hesung Kim.
Let's go, Brewer.
Ashby back to work. Ground ball right side. Hoskins steps on the bag, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Now batting. Shortstop, Mookie.
Here's Mookie now.
Come on, Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, Brewers.
And a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. There's a strike to Mookie.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
1-2.
And that's outside. That's a hit.
The batter, the center fielder, Tommy.
Man at first.
Edman.
And next for L.A., Tommy Edman. A changeup missing. And that's ball 1.
1 ball. No strikes.
Stop cold right here.
Swing.
Right through there for a strike.
Let's go, Milwaukee.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Mitchell fires it in, and that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
Freddie Freeman.
2 on with 1 out. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit.
Hey, put him away, kid. Let's go. Swing.
Liner, and this could be trouble. Coming home. 1 run scores. Here comes another. In there safely. And it's an 8-run lead.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
1 down. Teoscar Hernandez now at the plate. And that one fouled off. Freeman leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Back there. Out of here. He circles the bases, and they add to the lead. It's 12-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Aaron Ashby departs, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher on now, Yoel Payams.
31.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Base is empty, one away. And here's the catcher, Will Smith. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. In the air, left field, down the line. Freeland takes it in for the out. And there's two away.
The third baseman, number 13, Max.
Two down, base is empty. Here comes Max
Let's
Muncy.
do this, Brewers. Swing better.
That's in there. Next offering is fouled back. And that's way high. Now 1 and 2.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. 4 runs in the inning on 4 hits, no errors, and no one left on. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Dodgers 12 and the Brewers 2. On to the bottom of the 8th. Here's the left fielder, Sal Frelick.
Leading off for the Brewers, the left fielder, Sal Frelick.
Late with the swing there. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Michael Kopech looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Grove also throwing.
Let's go, Brewers.
The next offering misses. And that is ball 1. Right through there for a strike.
Ball.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And here is Hoskins. 0 for 3 in this one.
Hoskins.
Here comes the 0-1. And that's down and away.
1-1.
Go Brewers!
So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. The Dodgers up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
All right, Milwaukee.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Now batting.
So 2 down now. And here is Oliver Dunn. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
Late swing, foul to the left. That misses the zone. Going to count 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. Gone in order are the Brewers. It's 12-2. We go to the 9th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. And that misses. Ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Tyler Alexander up and throwing. Number 77 also getting ready. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
And it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Let's go, Bruce!
And that one wrapped foul. Next offering is in for a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Ortiz
Come on.
zips it across.
That's an out.
2 up, 2 down.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it and got the ground ball.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. That's a little bit low.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Got him. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're still way out in front. 12-2.
Now pitching for
Michael Grove gets the call from the pen.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Joseph Ortiz up now for the Brewers. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That's in there. It's 0-1. And that's downstairs and outside. That one pushed foul. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Swing and a foul straight back. The Brewers with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And that one is lifted in the air. Edman going after it. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, right fielder, Jackson.
So it's their last chance in this one. Now it's the right fielder, Jackson Chourio. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a flyout. And the slider just misses. Swings through that one for strike 1.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
They're down to their final strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Grove is just 1 strike away. And it's even up.
That 2-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Good eye in that spot.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Fly ball down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Offensive explosion today for these players. They gave up a few runs, but they had more than enough firepower to turn this one into a blowout.
And your final 12-2. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Here in Milwaukee, we're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. And today's starter, Freddie Peralta. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Up and in, and away we go this afternoon. The pitch. This to third, done.
Come on.
Slings to first, and Betts is set down. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Tommy Edman at the plate.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
Peralta, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. One out, base is empty. And that one is inside ball one.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
In the air, out towards right center. Chourio settles underneath it. Brings it in. And there's two down.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 5.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
Come on, Freddie.
First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Check swing, called strike. Just off the outside edge. 2 outs, base is empty.
Let's go, Brewers.
Straight.
Swings and misses. And the count is 2-2. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Dodgers go down quietly. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. Back after this on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Shohei Ohtani.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Jackson Chourio leading things off and takes a strike. That one fouled off. On the ground, right side, Kim. Over to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. A very athletic offensive group with speed spread throughout this offense.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have patient and quality at bats because the key is to get on base. If they do that, then they can create a whole lot of havoc on the base paths, get runners around the score, and then that's going to get you some good pitches to hit as well. So a very athletic team, we should be in for a treat in this one.
It's not the standard approach that we see in today's game, but it does work for them offensively. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Hernandez settles under it and makes the catch. 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here's the catcher to hit, William Contreras.
Come on, Will.
That one almost got him. Two outs.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
2 down, nobody on. Fouls one off. 2-2. Cut on and lifted in the air. And that drops foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. We played an inning, no score. Back here in Milwaukee, second inning set to go. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Peralta back to work. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. That just misses, and the count is 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Hoskins takes it to the bag. 1 out in the second.
That is fifth. The catcher, Will.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Right through there for a strike.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Outside. 1-2 to count.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And down on strikes. 2 gone.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine, and that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
2 down, base is empty. Max Muncy at the dish. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. No score here in the second. And a foul ball.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
And that skips in the dirt. And there's a ball. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Batting 7th, the right fielder, number 44.
And next for L.A., Andy Pajes. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1.
Come on,
And that's hammered into right field, and that's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And here is Michael Conforto. That pitch gets the inside corner. Strike 1. That's down and in. A slider missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
2 on, 2 outs. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Tried to check his swing. Appeal to third. No swing. Just held it back there. And that one fouled off. First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. On a line. Brings it in. And that's the 3rd out. Dodgers strand a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Swings through that one. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And foul ball. Next offering down low and in the dirt. Got him looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. And the batter now, Sal Frelick. That one missed. Next offering is down low.
Three balls, no strike.
And there's the automatic.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
And he walked him. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. Pulls that one foul.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Frelick leads off first with one away.
Need a base hit here.
And that's a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's down and in.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Come on, Brewers.
Hoskins checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And that's a swing according to umpire Ed Drummond. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Oliver Dunn will hit next. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball one. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Ohtani keeping an eye on him.
Let's go, Brewers.
The 1-0. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Here's a 2-0. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Out towards right center field. Edman in position. And that is the third out of the inning. Brewers strand one. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at American Family Field. And now, Hesung Kim.
Let's go, Brewers.
And
That's
ball
a ball.
1.
1-0.
Go, Brewers.
Swung on, belted. Way back there. And that one's gone. And they jump out front. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Now, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Now it's Mookie Betts. The shortstop takes the ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Swing and a foul out of play.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Turns and fires to Betts. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Punch him out.
And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Edman at the plate for the second
ball,
time as
no
he takes
strike.
ball 1. Bunt attempt popped up. Peralta makes the grab for the second out. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Freeman in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Rip to third. Fires over to Hoskins, and Freeman is retired. And that is the inning. So the Dodgers strike first on the solo jack. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. The batter will be the shortstop, Joseph Ortiz. And a big swing and a miss.
No balls. One strike.
That one down the
That's
line,
foul.
and it goes just foul.
He's dealing with a great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Really nice sequence for the quick strikeout right there. A couple of breaking balls to get ahead 0-2. Then pump the hard stuff by him for strike 3. And I like that he didn't mess around. Sometimes guys, they like to get too cute. They waste a pitch here or there and then find themselves back into a hitter's count. But right there, he had him right where he wanted him and pitched him aggressively to get the strikeout.
This is Bryce Terang. That one ripped. That's back there. And gone! He'll touch them all. And we're level. It's 1-1. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you can say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. Grounded out his first time. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Tied up here in the early going. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's out of play, a foul ball. And there's the strike. That's towards center. Betts on the move. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Here's Yelich at the dish. Fly to left his first time.
All right, Brewers.
On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. All even at 1 apiece. Back here in Milwaukee, new inning getting started. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez in his 8th season, 32 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
And a strike.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Got him swinging. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Here's the catcher, Will Smith. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And that's way high. 1-0. All tied up, top half of inning number 4.
Swing. Let's go, Brewers.
That missed by a lot, and it's 2-1.
Here we
puts it in the air out towards left center. Ortiz hauls it in for the out.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Muncy digs in. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That's in there, and that's strike one. Tap foul at the plate. And that one moves his feet.
Let's go, Brewers.
2 outs. Not close with that one, and that's ball 2. On the ground to short, and that one finds its way through.
The right fielder, number 44, Andy.
Go ahead run on base. And now the right fielder, Andy Pajes. And he's already singled in this game. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Muncy off of first with 2 away.
Let's go, Brewers.
Missed
Ball.
inside with the curve.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, Brewers.
Next
Ball
offering is downstairs. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Finish him.
Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. 1 left for LA. Score remains tied 1-1. And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, William Contreras.
Come on, Blue Crew.
Let's go, Brewers. Come on.
Down the middle for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Well, these Brewers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering misses down and away. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Back up the middle and a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Everything came together for him. You'll often hear the phrase short to it and long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Garrett Mitchell getting ready to hit. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Nobody out, runner at first.
Come on, Blue Crew.
That's too low. And now 2-0.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Inside, just missed.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper.
Look out.
Runner at first with no outs here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
First and second, no outs. And here is Sal Frelick. Walked his first time. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
That's ripped into the outfield. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
The first baseman, number 12, Reese Hoskins.
Next for the Brewers, Reese Hoskins.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-1.
Hoskins pushes it foul. Outside low, and it's 1-2.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Got him! Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting.
Now the third baseman, Oliver Dunn. Fly to center his first time. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Let's go, Milwaukee.
Fought off foul.
Come on, Milwaukee.
And that's
No,
off
that's the ball.
the inside edge. Ball 1.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time. Nicely done. They get out of the jam.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
We go to the top of the 5th. Now it's the DH, Michael Conforto.
Conforto.
Peralta back to work. Just missed.
You know, these Dodgers just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Go ahead run on base. And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. He's already homered here in this one. And that one ripped into right, down the line, and it's foul. Conforto gets his lead at first, nobody out. On the ground to third.
Come
Over to Terang. One. Throw to first, but he beat it.
The batter, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Betts. 0 for 2 in this one.
Double play.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we
And
go.
that misses. Ball 1.
1-0.
Man at first, one away. Next offering is in for a strike. Line drive. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First offering, and it just misses.
1 ball. No
2
strike.
gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. And we're at the top of the 5th. Peralta checks the runner. Kim back on a dive.
Let's go, Brew Crew. Ball 2.
Chris with that distraction and the speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Back here at American Family Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the shortstop, Joseph Ortiz. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Brewers, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Stays alive. This one in the air, right field. Pajes makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Up next for the Brewers, the second baseman,
Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers. He's already homered in this game.
Do it again.
And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That one hammered center field. That's bad. That one is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and it gives him the lead in the 5th. It's 2-1.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Last half of inning number 5. That one ripped left field. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. And he's got a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
One out, Runner at second. And now it's going to be Christian Yelich. Pitch misses inside. And that is ball one. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Alex Vesia looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Grove, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well.
Here we go, Brewers.
Man at second. Line drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 3-1.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Ohtani will depart, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Alex Vesia.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Man at first with one gone, and now the catcher comes up to hit. William Contreras. And that one hammered. And that's a foul ball. Pitch misses, and now it's even 1-1. And that one missing low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And there's a foul ball.